Number 25. Sure, everybody gets lucky once in a while, but it's not often that you see somebody go full John Wick mode and make 5 back-to-back lucky plays in less than 20 seconds. During a rather intense early game engagement at the agency, one of the ×2 twins was booped by a chopper. Just when it looked like he was gonna get knocked, he managed to land perfectly on a launch pad, and that's when the chaos really started. From the launch pad, he landed on the chopper, eliminated 2 enemies, and safely landed back on the ground without a pilot.
What?
Number 24. Over the years, we've seen some insanely lucky moments with the variety of emotes in Fortnite, but very few will come close to being as impressive as You Are Sweaty AF's double sniper dodge with the squat kick emote. While rotating to the next circle, Sweaty came across 2 dudes who must have been time travelers from Chapter 1, Season 1, with how campy they were playing. Just before each of the enemies took their sniper shots, however, he decided to taunt them with an emote and was lucky enough to dodge each of the shots in the process. Number 23. If you're a true OG Fortnite fan, like this video. OG fans, you probably remember the days when rocket riding was first discovered and just how hard it was to pull off. Nowadays, most of us have gotten the hang of it, but what are the chances that you accidentally ride on an enemy's rocket that was intended to eliminate you? Well, in this moment, we see 2 enemies fire a rocket at each other simultaneously, but only one of them makes it out alive. Fly high, my friend. Be free. Number 22. When you're in those intense final moments of a Fortnite match, you can sometimes get a little too nervous and completely let your guard down. Perfect example of this is when you think you're safe to heal up, but don't even realize that you forgot to include a whole side of your box. When this happens, it can lead to some rather unfortunate events or extremely lucky and satisfying ones, depending on which side you're on. Watch how smoothly this dude just slides in and sneaks the dub away from this poor guy. Number 21. A wise man once said, "We don't make mistakes, we have happy accidents." I don't think this quote could be any more fitting for these 2 guys who found themselves directly in the path of an oncoming rocket. While frantically panicking to get out of the box, Razor accidentally edits a door instead of a triangle. Little did he know that this mistake would actually end up saving his teammate's life as the rocket threaded the needle and passed right through their builds without exploding. Number 20. Sometimes you've just got to take a quick break from the intensity of Battle Royale, as it can get pretty stressful. But while you and your friends are showing off emotes and firing rockets into the abyss, there are still other people in the lobby, and if you're lucky enough, you may just end up hitting somebody with a once-in-a-lifetime shot.
We'll just leave it. I knocked some. Wait, what?
Even though this was completely by accident, I would love to see the reaction of the poor dude who got hit from over 400 meters away with the rocket. Number 19. I'm sure we've all eliminated that one guy in the lobby who's just stacked with perfect loot, and RPG shields, full materials, and so on, but have you ever been lucky enough to see hundreds of medkits in a single area? I'm honestly not quite sure what happened here. It may have been some sort of item duplication glitch, but it's absolutely insane when you try to comprehend just how many medkits popped out of this dude's body. Now imagine if this guy would have gone for the heal off. Number 18. One of the best skills you can develop in any Battle Royale game is breaking the habit of running in a straight line. When you do this, your enemies can easily predict where you're heading and land those devastating sniper shots on you. But sometimes, even the pros forget to do this. Although it seems like they have spidey senses because somehow they always get out of the way. While it's possible that this dude heard the rocket headed right for him, based on this clip, it seems to me like he's got eyes in the back of his head. Number 17. In a limited time mode with respawns enabled such as Team Rumble, everybody tends to take the game a little less seriously. It's a great way to chill out and have some fun because there aren't too many sweats in this mode. It can also lead to some insanely lucky moments as well. Sure, we've all seen double eliminations with the rocket launcher before, but have you ever seen somebody take down 5 enemies with a single rocket? The timing on this was absolutely perfect. Number 16. When Chapter 2 was first introduced, players quickly found that they had the ability to pick up their knocked enemies and take them wherever they wanted. This small feature itself has created countless hilarious moments, but it's also been a rather useful feature as well. If you ever feel like you're about to get shot in the back, just pick up an enemy. That's exactly what this guy did. I don't know if he saw the guy who sniped him first, but the timing on this could not have been better. I just feel bad for the enemy. Man stood no chance getting accidentally double teamed on. Number 15. Nothing is worse than being in a top 10 situation and getting focused by the whole lobby. So on the brink of Choppa destruction, this player decides to do the only thing left to do, which is attempt to take someone out with him as he plummets to the ground. But as he's free falling, he slowly veers to the left, missing the building by an inch, and somehow lands safely into the dumpster below. Seriously though, how can you get this lucky? Number 14. In case you haven't somehow noticed, damage traps were vaulted in the Chapter 2 Season 2 update. There's a lot of items that I'd love to see make a return, but traps are definitely toward the top of that list, and for a good reason. Outplaying even a single enemy with a trap was super satisfying, so I'm sure you can imagine how great it is to see an entire squad get wiped out by a single damage trap.
Come on, Epic. Unvault the traps already. We need to see more insane moments like this one.
Number 13. Sometimes even the best plays come with a pinch of luck. Don't get me wrong, it absolutely takes skill to even get yourself into those situations, but we've all at least won an engagement or two by accident, right? I'm pretty sure this is exactly what happened to this mullet marauder in an intense endgame engagement against the last two players. After knocking one, the last enemy boxed up and waited for him to push so that he could go for a trap play. Luckily, our boy hit him with some insane reflexes and was able to one pump him a millisecond before dying to the trap. You've got to love when skill and luck just mesh together perfectly. Number 12. When you've got nothing to lose, it's almost always worth taking those literal shots in the dark. In the slight chance that you actually manage to hit an enemy, you'll feel like an absolute god. And that's exactly what Stopping Colt managed to do in this play. As soon as he landed and was gifted a heavy sniper from a nearby chest, he spotted an enemy who was still gliding in and took a shot that he barely even lined up. Somehow, he managed to yoink that guy right out of the air. I mean, you do miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? Number 11. There are two types of lucky plays. Those that you had to work for and those that just fall right into your hands. For one reason or another, this clown was feeling confident and decided to W key right into the last remaining enemy. Luckily for him, his opponent seemed to be using some free McDonald's Wi-Fi and disconnected just before he could finish the match. What a nice gesture toward our clown friend. Number 10. Remember what I said about taking those shots in the dark? Well, those same rules apply to rocket launchers too. If you haven't noticed already, this man was going for a relaxing zipline ride when he predicted the exact spot that some unsuspecting enemy would be. The chances of being that accurate are slim to none, but this clip speaks for itself.
Imagine. Oh! What?
Number 9. Name something more nerve-wracking than your entire squad watching you 1v1 the last enemy for the win.
I'll wait.
As these two players battle it out to the sky limit, the enemy blind fires an SMG and breaks the builds beneath them, sending them both falling to certain death. Somehow, our boy manages to catch an insanely lucky break, as he would have been the first to hit the ground. Luckily, the enemy clipped a ramp on the way down, giving this guy an exhilarating clutch to remember.
Let's go!
Number 8. Now, we've seen a lot of lucky players already, but one type of luck that we haven't seen yet is a bit more literal. So we all know that the fish you catch in game are totally random, yet somehow our friend here was able to win a team rumble completely in the storm just by getting extremely lucky while fishing the whole game. Number 7. Making just one wrong move can cost you the entire match. Our poor friend on the receiving end of this sniper shot learned that lesson rather quickly. Man thought he was being slick with those editing skills, but all that time in creative just ended up costing him the game. Number 6. Let's be honest for a second. We've all gotten eliminated by that guy who we were almost positive was cheating, right? Thankfully, Fortnite doesn't have too terrible of a cheating problem, but there's definitely some suspicious shots out there. Question is it really cheaters, or is everyone just getting as lucky as this dude?
Oh! That was nuts!
Number 5. If there's one thing you can take away from this video, it's that you should never give up hope. As cheesy as it sounds, just watch this clip and tell me you wouldn't have given up in this same situation. Enemy had high ground, rockets, mats, and this guy still somehow managed to quickscope him a millisecond before the rocket hit. Absolutely amazing. Number 4. We've all gotten caught in the storm at least a few times in our Fortnite careers, maybe myself more than others, but how many of you can actually say that you made it out alive? I'm not talking about not making it to the next circle on time, I mean missing multiple circles and fighting your way through a seemingly never-ending storm. Somehow the stars aligned for this guy as he just kept getting heals, a slurp tanker, and then a perfectly placed motorboat. Oh my goodness. Number 3. Everybody knows that lag sucks. Whether you're the one who's lagging or you're going against the player who's lagging, it pretty much ruins the experience for everyone involved. Unless you're evocations, and then you'll somehow end up on the good side of lag that I didn't even know existed. Evo was likely not going to win the engagement that he was in, mainly due to his opponent having high ground and an RPG. With a lag spike and a little luck, he managed to secure the elimination without even getting shot. Number 2. Have you ever had a plan completely backfire on you? I can't even begin to imagine how awful this duo felt when their plan went south after having the upper hand in this fight. While pushing a team, Puppy's duo ends up losing all of his shield and he calls to his teammate that he's basically dead. But right after the call, Puppy gets trapped under a cone and is dropped into the enemy